Unpopular opinion astrology edition, the cardinal signs. Now this is where my rising is at, so I peep all y'all. Aries, as much as we want to get to our destination, you can't keep trampling over people, places, and things to get to where you want to be. It's going to end up coming back to bite you in the butt. You got to take your time, slow down a little. You can learn something from Taurus, although it takes you to get to Taurus. Anyway, lesson of your sign is that you cannot rush against the unconscious clock to get to where you're trying to get to. You will find that there is a natural opposition trying to slow you down. No, you're going to face it head on. You are the warrior, yes. Not everything is a fight. Not everything is out to get you. Sometimes people are just trying to help you, but you got to open yourself up to that because you can't do it all by yourself. No, you can do a lot of things by yourself, but you can't do it all by yourself. You guys are also the best promoters because you guys talk about yourselves and nothing but yourselves. Somebody could talk about how their dog relates to the quantum physics theory and somehow it relates back to you. I'll never understand how you do it. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes when you're just trying to just live, it's as if there's a natural force against you trying to stop you at every corner possible. It's as if you can't live life and be happy. Then the minute when you turn on your voice and you get all loud, suddenly you're the crazy one. Suddenly people want nothing to do with you, but it wasn't your fault to begin with. People don't get it. It's a Mars thing. It's a Mars thing. Cancer, we are the best sign and everybody else is bitter about it. Maybe they should just drink their soup. We have had to be strong, deal with projection, deal with other people when we have given everything, especially the clothes off our backs. And we've just had to deal with it and just take it. It's a tough world in these streets. Granted, do our moods fluctuate? Absolutely. We are the moon. People don't get how exhausting it is to have to take on their emotions and then we have to deal with ours at the same time. They act as if we don't deal with our emotions. But then the minute when we're tired and we've had enough and we speak up on it, suddenly we're the crybabies and we're too sensitive. Like, we told you 17 million times that we don't want to deal with it, and yet here you come still trying to treat us like we're a therapist. We didn't even ask for your opinion to begin with. We didn't even ask for what was going on in your life. Please sit down. Most of us just want a home. We just want to be left alone. Sometimes we can tend to be emotionally manipulative, especially when we've had enough, and that's where our shadow side comes out. And that's where people remember us. But if you don't want to be emotionally exercised, then leave us alone. How about that? Because we be minding our business, but then here you come trying to ruin the party. Libra, you guys are like Aquarius in the sense that you will be nice in everybody's face and then behind the scenes with your friends, you're talking about how you don't really like those people. If you just be honest and upfront, maybe you attract the right people that are meant for you, relationships included. I think that you attract the relationships that you attract is because that's karma for all the talking that you've been doing. I understand you want to keep the peace, you're not trying to ruffle any feathers, but it's only when you start getting to know yourself and you prioritize the relationship that you have with yourself that you become the diet Aries. And I've said this in videos before too. When you really start to express how you truly feel, people are like, oh my God, Libras are so different. They're the lying Libras. We're not lying. We tried to keep the peace because if we were truthful, you would have sat here and played in our face. Then you would have told everybody that we're not who we say that we are. Meanwhile, the whole time we were saving you from that other side of us. Oh well. You ask for our authenticity but can't take it when it's given. What's that about? Capricorn, you're like Libra in the sense that you play the charm to the public, but then behind the scenes, you really just don't care about anything or anybody as long as your money's all right. Everything's taken care of with you. You don't really care how anything goes. Why your life is the hardest is because God somehow trusts you to run this mess. But some of y'all get into leadership position with the unhealed wounds. Imagine the type of leader that you would be and the impact that you would have if you healed yourself. I'm so glad the Saturn return exists is because if it didn't, oh my gosh. Now there are two types of Capricorns that I see. The Capricorn that's born into poverty and the Capricorn that's born into a family business. The Capricorn that was born into poverty tends to grow up and be a leader, but then they have a lot of unhealed wounds that were unresolved from early childhood, so then end up being the leader that nobody likes. But then around their Saturn return or sometimes after their Saturn return, they end up healing, they go on a spiritual journey, they touch a monk's head, and then suddenly they're all knowing about the wisdom. You have the Capricorn that was born in the family business who thinks that the world should revolve around them, but because they weren't hugged enough by their mom, they sit there and have that resentment till the very day that they die. Now, if you get very close to a Capricorn, consider yourself lucky. Because Capricorns don't just open up to anybody. And you know, a lot of them have been through a lot of Saturnian things. And if you've been through Saturnian things, you already know how deep that goes. Once they try to break out on their own, the universe humbles them quick. But what really hurts a Capricorn is when they open up to somebody that they trust the most, all for them to turn around and hurt them. But Capricorn, I'm going to tell you this. You got to know your role and the role that you played in that. Because don't sit here acting like you didn't participate in that. But you know what? It's all fun and games until Saturn steps in. Saturn will mess around and give you both karma. Even if you had nothing to do with it. This is just sad, isn't it? All right, I'm done.